Sup guys, so here are the 5 mistakes that people make before they start riding a bike. So the first mistake is the wrong frame size. The second mistake is the wrong saddle. The third mistake is the wrong cleat position on your shoes. The fourth mistake is the wrong crank size, so the wrong cranked length. And the fifth position is the wrong position of the levers, or maybe even the wrong reach. So the first mistake is the wrong bike size. So before you go and buy a bike, if you're buying a new bike, go to a dedicated like a dealer or a bike shop that knows what they're talking about. Don't be worried if they're asking you like a lot of questions. Be worried if they're not asking you any questions. So when you go into the bike shop, you need to get at least like 10 questions that you need to answer before they put you on a bike, because the salesman needs to know what you guys are buying. So yeah, it's but the common mistake is you go to a bike shop, you say you need a road bike, they see you, how tall are you, and they just, yeah, this is the correct bike for you, and then you just leave. And that's, you don't want to buy a bike like that. What are the questions that they need to ask you? Where are you going to be riding? Are you riding with friends or alone maybe? What kind of bike do you want? Do you have any medical issues? How tall are you? How old are you? Is this your first bike? How many kilometers did you make last year? Or how many kilometers do you, or how many rides do you do per week? Stuff like that. So they need to know what kind of cyclist you are before they put you on a bike. The second thing is the correct saddle height. The correct saddle position. So the saddles, usually what's the most important thing is the correct width of the saddle. So that's one thing, and if it has a channel or not, that depends on your pelvis. If it rotates a lot, then you can go with the hole in the middle of the saddle, but if you're pretty straight, you can get a saddle without the hole. It should be okay. The third thing is the cleat position. So when you're buying a new bike, usually the cleat position, it's one of the most important things. If the position of your feet are the same or if it's different, so they know how to adjust your cleats. If you go to a dedicated bike shop, make sure that they are selling you the bike with the correct crank length for you. So if you're like 190 centimeters and they try to give you 165 crank length, it shouldn't be okay, unless you're, I don't know, a BMXer and wants to spin a lot. So the correct stem length and the correct reach and the position of the levers. So that also depends on how long have you been riding, or if you want a more comfortable position, or if you want like a more racing position. But it all depends on, yeah, there are a lot of points that you need to connect so everything is correct. So that's why I would recommend you to go to a bike fitting. So if you have any mistakes, maybe something we missed, just let us know. And in the meanwhile, check out the video with Dejan Vracic. We made the bike fitting with him, so enjoy.